End of the year. The end of the year is the wrap up, man. This is the bookend. This is the end of the whole thing. Everything happens in cycles. I know you guys have heard me say that over and over. What is a day? A day is a cycle. A day is a rebirth in the morning. You get yourself right. You do some spiritual connecting. Then you go out into the world. You live your life in a high manner. Try to live your life the best that you possibly can. Then at the end of the day, at the nighttime, again, that's a dying off. That's a reclosure of that day where you just lived your life. You're supposed to reflect and wrap up. It's the same thing with the seasons, man. You guys got to look at the years this way. Look at what happens in the spring. What happens in the spring? Everything is reborn. There's the frost goes away, the cold goes away. All of a sudden, everything's in bloom. There's a whole new season and cycle to everything. So everything cycles. This is not a grind mentality either, by the way. You know, there's so many people out there that do coaching, and their whole thing is like grind mentality, succeed, succeed, succeed. And I wanted to explain to you that I don't, like, you probably don't know this, but I don't believe in any of that shit. I don't get up early so that I can like have an extra 5 hours on my competition. Like, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. I don't feel the need to compete with many people. Most of the things I do, I just smash people in anyways. That's not really a thing to me. I'm doing that to connect. I'm doing that to get better at being self. I'm not doing that for any sort of like, I don't even work in that period of time. You know how many people in the grind, like hustle culture, would criticize me for that? From 4 a.m. until 8 a.m., I don't do anything that would be towards making money at all. I actually refuse to. What I do during that time is I focus on me. I focus on becoming the best person. You guys have got to understand, nothing in this world that you can attain is going to mean anything to you when you don't know yourself. There's tons of people that you look at that have the success piece figured out, have a bunch of money, don't know themselves at all, have terrible relationships with their family, have terrible relationships with their kids, are mean at their job, are stressed all the time. That's not what this is for me. This is about becoming, this is about curating the life that you want. The life that I want is not always stressful. That's just not the thing. Now, I work extremely hard, so don't get it twisted. I do hustle culture. I just do it naturally. But again, that's because I'm becoming the person I want to be. I'm elevating the fucking things like resilience, perseverance, all those skill sets. I've gotten tighter with my family. I've become a better father. I've gotten better at planning things for my family and my life. I run my household better. Then those things are now supports. Those are energizing, renewing sources that are linked to my purpose. So going out in the world to crush it in the endeavors that I do is nothing. It's fucking easy. It's just cake. So I wanted you guys to understand that. This is not grind culture. This is about becoming a person who's valuable. This is about creating and writing the life that you want. This is about getting closer to your loved ones and dropping all the bullshit. That's your priority. Your priority is your people, starting in the beginning in the center, and then moving outward from there. The success piece, if you nail all of that, the success piece becomes so much easier. How many times have you heard me quote Sean Acker, the happiness advantage in general? Happy people slay in life. They don't have to try as hard as you do because they're not fucked off all the time. I'm not depressed. I have zero fucking neurotic tendencies. None. Zero. I have some things I'm working on about me. That's about it. I don't go, oh, I'm like so depressed and I'm like so overwhelmed with things. I don't have any of that. I used to. When I used to drink every day, that's all I had. So just understand that. This part of the year makes me always remember that. That's what I do at the end of the year. Now, in the coming months in January, you're going to see me get right back on the train about goal building because this is a great time to do it. But this is a reflection period. Spend time with loved ones. Connect with yourself. Think about what you really want and think about what really matters to you. None of the acquisition of things matters to me at all. When I really think about it, I want to become amazing. I want to feel good in my body. I want to be fit and in shape. I want to be proud of what I look in the mirror and see. From there, I want to have a mind that has clarity. I want to be smart and intuitive. I want to keep growing and learning knowledge and be humble. Be able to drop my ego sometimes and go, I don't know anything. I want to become a better manager, better leader, better team leader, better entrepreneur. I want to be able to grow things more so that I can have even more of an influence. Like, hear how I just talked about that. I didn't say to you, I want to make more money so I can get a sicker car. Those things will happen if I do the right thing, which is, how do I become better and better at creating more jobs, at like making those jobs make sense to people, coaching within those jobs. I got to get better at getting through to the people that are on that edge of resistance and really want to do some things, but don't, won't necessarily take the leap. Those are the things that really matter to me. So think about the things that really matter to you. Use this time to connect and reflect. Spend time with family, especially if you got them. If you have a dope family, spend time with them. Spend time with them telling them they're amazing and that you really care about who they are. And tell them what they bring to your life. That's what this period is about. I've made so many level ups. That's another cool thing when you get on this journey, and I want so many more of you to hop on this train this next year. When you get on this journey of making a goals list, see, I get to look back at my goals list and go, yep, did it, got rid of it, stopped doing that, got rid of this tendency to jump in these negative relationships, which is something I had that I got rid of. Started weeding people out much quicker and going, that's not my person. That's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody with these values. I'm going to start being way more honest about sharing some of that stuff this year too, about like who I'm with and all that stuff. But I get to look back and see that. The restaurant acquired a new building this year. So that will be happening in the next year. That means I'll be overseeing a new operation in another restaurant that will also turn into a multi-million-dollar, food business. I'm launching another business in the middle of the year. In around June and July, I'll be launching a completely separate entity. But I get to look back and see those things all going in the right direction. That's something that you guys, I can't tell you how cool that is when you do wrap up your year. Go, oh, I did these things. I made all these improvements, all these leaps. Hit me up if you need anything. This next year, in the beginning of the year, I'm going to offer out a couple, not many, because I'm a limited person, because like I just said, that means I'll be overseeing 3 businesses this year, 2 of them being brand new, and then overseeing one that does $4 to $5 million. I am going to offer out probably 2 free things in coaching, just to get some of you guys that don't have as much bucks on the train of getting your shit together. But that will be the max of my capacity to give away for free, because I do have things I have to pay for. Hit me up if you need anything. If you're even considering, like, man, I need to get my shit together. If you need to get sober, please hit me up. Y'all are crazy with this sobriety thing. It's not as hard as you're thinking. If you don't want to go to AA, you don't have to go to AA if you work with me personally. I promise. I've done it multiple times, so it's not a thing where I'm like, oh, it might work. I know for a fact I can get you sober. It's an easy thing. We get a bunch of things set up for you to replace in terms of your habits. I know a cycle and a scale that you should walk and go on, so it's easy. Hit me up if you need anything.